Morning, Dave.
Morning.
Hello, David.
I'll change the backdrop, Colonel.
Good. Good.
Eventually.
If I decide to go to bed, Dave, you'll be the one to just turn it off in the end, okay?
Are you awake at the moment?
Yeah, I'm awake now. You know what it's like, but
It's a recording, Dave.
Yeah,
it's okay.
we did this last night.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all good.
Hang on. I like your desk behind you, Pete.
No, that's the Zoom studio on the Titanic.
Oh, bloody great! That was brilliant. I like it. Right.
Change my bit.
That's what they were broadcasting to. Oh, I can't remember the other ship now.
The Carpathia and the California, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of them ignored it.
Can't believe that discharge book is exactly the same as ours.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's wonderful.
Have you been to the Titanic?
Is it in a museum, Pete, or was it just set up for a short while on tour?
Say that again. Sorry.
Is it a permanent?
Oh, yeah. No, it's till get this right. The end of April, I think.
I did the one actually in Belfast one year.
Yes, yeah, I've done that one.
It's not far from the city airport, and we had a few hours to spare. And I had a rather bad hangover and really wanted to go and sit in the airport. But my nephews forced me to go around the bloody Titanic Museum.
Yeah, it's amazing the way they've done it, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, when you go for that ride on that thing and it takes you.
That's right. Yeah.
Quite amazing the things that you don't know what happened on those couple of nights, and they come out with all the information. You know, it nearly hit another ship on when it was leaving Queenstown in Ireland. Would have all those people would have survived if it had hit the ship. It wouldn't have sailed.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, on that discharge book, that they got. I mean, he was a survivor. You know, I mean,
yeah,
he was working.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Oh, so he was a survivor.
Probably.
I think he was.
I thought they found that.
Yeah, because his discharge book had 3 more crews. Three more different.
Oh, yeah. Three other ships.
Oh, then you paid attention. Okay, that's good. Anchorman duties, David.
Yeah. Hang on. I'm just on tour. Hang on. Follow. Right.
Right. Oh, yeah, there he goes. He's going down the hole. He's falling into the manhole.
I haven't done that since Acapulco, actually.
Okay. I know that the bar's open because Alistair's in, but just talking to management, there's no need to run the Aussie crew bar for 90 minutes if it's just
90
a bit.
minutes.
Yeah, well, some of the regular crew bars they go 90 minutes. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if you guys run out of stuff to talk about after 45 minutes, and you can put the lights up, Dave.
Well, I'm not sure he'll be in because Stephen Watts is away in Victoria. Macca's have only just got back from Fiji.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Yeah. So we
it could be very quiet. And Macca might be working even because now the airport's open.
Yeah.
He could well be doing pickups.
So if this becomes the Alistair show, then we'll just give it 10 minutes.
I've got to go at 10 anyway.
That's a good time, 10 o'clock.
Alistair, what football yesterday? What did you play yesterday?
Yeah, we drew 2-2.
2-2, right.
Right. We scored in the first minute.
Yeah.
Then we had, within 24 minutes, we had to make 3 substitutions for injuries. Another one just before half time, and then 2 after half time.
Right.
So I was quite glad with the draw because everybody around us.
Oh, he's going down the hole again.
everybody round us either drew.
Dave, come on. Can you just like?
That's
There you
all
go.
right,
There you
fella.
go. There you go. There you go.
I'm
there
just
you
trying to get the lighting, you see, just like
go.
you
Yeah.
boys have got all the lighting sorted out there.
Yeah.
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 So I was running a bit late, but not as late as our crew bar director then.
Yeah. Has he got an excuse today?
Well, I mean, they might be having the Manchester Derby, but he's not going.
No, that's not yet.
Isn't it?
Not yet. Yeah.
No.
I'll get a few hours kit before that.
Look, Johnny, just because Pete's got that nice setup behind you, you had to zoom in on yours, didn't you? Just to make it look bigger.
Well, that's the history that's amazing. That belonged to the poison dwarf, Mr. John Welton. He was my bartender in the Ocean Bar, and I bought all his equipment, and I've still got it.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And
When was he?
alive and well, Johnny.
When was
Is
he
what?
on the Titanic?
Have you still got the box that he used to stand on?
It was the equipment behind John
Legend.
that used to stand
But-
on.
But
No, he used to stand on a box because he was too short.
That's
He
right.
did.
right,
That's
yes.
very
Yeah.
true, Dave.
exactly. And by the way, Dave, in 20 minutes before I go to bed, you need to ask me a question because I got huge breaking news about who I have contacted. You won't fucking believe it.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
Where's
Oh,
the
oh.
chairman?
okay.
No, you won't. You
That
won't. You
sounds
won't. You
very
won't.
interesting.
Yeah. And it's out of the box. It's nobody that you would think of. Hello,
Right.
Steve.
This
Male,
thing,
female? Give us a
Male.
clue.
Male.
No.
I'll put you out of your misery.
Not interested.
is it officer or crew?
No, he's neither. But guess what? I am in contact with Sammy Bradford's son, Nigel. I'm chatting with him because I want him to see the footage I got of his dad, and
Wow.
and the fact that his mother knows me and Cindy because of that one day in Skagway. So yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. Great. So you've been in touch with him.
Yeah, I'm not going to invite him in the bar.
I've got a feeling he's been to the pensioners' reunion with his mum.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Because I tell you, who's good friends with him is Peter Steely.
Well,
Ah.
it's a David Stoats, the salty sea dog that this came up.
Yeah.
Because I was texting with him, and he was talking about Sammy, and he said that his son does read his blog, so I just wanted to say hi, and I sent him the YouTubes of his dad. Yeah,
Great.
yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, here comes Macca.
Ah, there's another in.
Macca's coming in.
Let him in. Let him in.
Let's see him coming in then. Just connecting with the
Right.
audio.
Bula.
Morning, Macca. Evening, Macca.
Bula Fanaka.
Oliver Naka.
Wonderful.
Hey,
Is that
last
Fiji?
night.
Is that Fijian for hello?
Bula.
Oh, flipping great.
Fanaka, thank you.
Oh, we're so bilingual. It's unreal.
Is that like Boner?
Well, for you, dear, it would have been Bono. All those black men running around with the big feet. You'd have loved it, dear.
So was there black pudding on the breakfast menu every day?
Oh, that's a bit racist, David.
No, it's in part of the full English or a full Fijian.
They had a good time. Good time.
Right.
Yeah.
Hello, Debbie.
Hello, Debbie.
Hello, Debbie.
Hello, Deb.
How are you?
We're good.
How's
We're good.
everyone?
Good. We're good. Lovely pictures of you on holiday. It was wonderful. That was
It
super.
was- Such a good holiday.
Actually, the highlight was the last night. Ask Debbie about our special guest who came for dinner.
Got one. Debbie, who was that special guest on the last night you had for dinner?
Went between your legs.
Oh,
Oh,
That's nice.
What?
Whoa.
one of the snakes climbed
Oh,
up.
nice.
They're poisonous as well.
Uh-oh.
Not nice.
We went out to the seafood restaurant, the Wicked Walu, it's called, and it's been closed for 2 years. And with a few more people coming now, they opened it up for us, more or less. And I know the snakes do come, but I wasn't expecting one to slide past us.
That'd be a good name for a restaurant. You could call a restaurant the Slippery Snake.
Slippery.
Slippery seafood.
I tell you, it went right underneath the table between the legs. I turned around. It was about,
Is it
about
next?
4,
Is it
about
next,
5 foot long.
Is it next to the Blue Oyster?
The Blue Oyster Club.
Fruity.
There were only about 60 people in the resort, weren't there?
70.
60 or 70, yeah.
Yeah.
So we had the pool more or less to ourselves. There were hardly anyone around us.
Well, we had the pool bar to ourselves, that's for sure.
How do you get rid of the snake?
I just went over the side back in the water because we're right out in the ocean.
Bloody
It
hell.
was like a restaurant you walk out to. It's right in the middle of the bay, if you like.
And then they threw some meat over and the sharks came around.
Holy crap.
Right.
I know. Exactly.
They're fun guys.
But
No,
apart from that, it was a great holiday.
Great holiday. Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was beautiful weather. It was just,
And we actually had the crew bar in the Japanese restaurant one night. Look, one of these ladies came in and she started singing, didn't she? And then she started singing to me, and then I got up to dance with her.
she was
and
Russian.
we took over the whole restaurant. We took over the whole restaurant. And I said in the video, I said, it's just like the 3 greyhounds, boys.
Not quite. Not quite. Yeah, but lovely. And the Fijian people are beautiful.
Lovely
It
people.
was lovely people.
And-
How's everyone else?
Did they sing? Did they sing every morning for breakfast, or
Yeah.
was it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Every morning.
And,
Yeah,
and also
2 songs.
last night at dinner because we were leaving.
right,
No,
right.
today, breakfast, yesterday morning.
Yeah, but the dinner we had, they sung
Oh, and
ISOLA.
breakfast as well. Yeah.
They're lovely
beautiful.
people.
Yeah.
Mm.
When are
But
you
they
gonna,
loved us. I think with all the families, we spent about $750 on tips.
Oh.
when are you going to get Rick and Susan on here?
Well, funny you should say that.
I said to Rick tonight to come on, but he's got an early start in the morning.
Yeah, he's got to get really early tomorrow. So
He does the eye surgery on a Monday, so he's got to be out at Penrith at 5 a.m. So it means he's up at 3:30, 3:45.
Wow.
Is Rick the one that works at the coal mine thing? You know.
No, that's Callum.
that's
Macca.
Mick
That's Macca. Callum.
Kelly.
Keller.
Right.
Yeah, it's Rick's my sister's husband.
He was the chief photog on Oriana. You knew him, Al, didn't
Okay.
Yeah, I knew him.
you? You knew Rick Thompson.
Yeah.
But,
Did you hear
have
about
a look.
Shane?
Have a look on Macca and Debbie. Have a look on the backdrop of Pete's. It's Pete. Tell them what that picture is you've got behind you, Peter.
That's the Zoom room on the Titanic.
The Zoom room.
Looks pretty dry to me, Pete.
Yeah.
It's the actual. It's actually the radio room.
On the Titanic.
That is
On the
amazing.
Titanic, where they tried to send the
Send the Mayday.
intelligence across to the California. Yeah,
Yeah. Very good.
Amazing, isn't it?
So down under, are you coping with all this weather?
If you want to shut the door, you can.
These storms and this rain and
Well, we've had a couple of storms. We've had that one, and we had Shane Warne dying, which was
yeah, that was a shock. That was a
massive
shock.
news. Yeah.
Only in his 50s.
Yeah,
But you know what that's-
52. 52. Yeah.
You know what they were
Oh.
saying today?
Shane
You know
Warne
that-
and Rod Marsh.
Sorry? Yeah, two in a week. But they were saying today, his manager was saying that he either ate loads of things, like he'll eat lasagna and, bread on and then he'll go for 2 weeks on a liquid only diet. I mean, how can your body cope with a liquid only diet?
What sort of
2 weeks.
liquid?
Yeah. Yeah.
Juices and juices.
Right,
Depends
right,
on-
okay. Okay.
Or-
Yeah.
All
Ian,
depends
you,
what the liquid was.
Ian, you've
Not
got
what
a
you're thinking.
good
David.
diet, haven't you?
What's
Sorry?
that?
You've got a very good liquid diet, haven't you?
Yeah, Ian has. It
Oh,
wasn't the same one.
Yeah, we had a few in Fiji, that's for sure. Yeah.
But Dave, they did say that he had chest pain and what's it called? Sweats just before he left.
Yeah, but why would the doctor let him
And then
fly?
he's gone to Thailand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw this morning on somewhere on the internet that they're actually going to do an autopsy in
Yeah, they
Thailand.
are.
They release the body.
They're
They
doing an autopsy.
They
yeah.
don't want that. They want it done in Australia in case there's anything found that is
Yeah, suspicious.
untoward. Mm, mm, mm.
Yeah, terrible. That age. I mean, he did party hard, but
Mm.
still young.
It is.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you ever had the overproof rum in Fiji, the black rum, the dark rum. It's a local brew. It's 65%, and God, we were drinking that around the pool,
Oh, were you?
and as we were coming home in the duty-free area, we bought four-litre bottles, and my mate was coming through customs in Sydney, and he got all excited. He dropped it and it smashed all out.
Holy.
I think that was the same sort of same proof rum that Oscar drank when he was in Sitka on his bicycle. I remember going back to his bike story, and he fell off it 3 times on the way back to the ship.
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff.
I think we might have to ask him to do an Oscar tale about that then.
He did. He
I
did.
can't remember.
He did it with his on his bike story.
I've never heard that one.
Oh, well, no, yeah, because none of you watched them. That's why.
Oh,
But it might have been before I came on the crew bar.
David, you are absolutely right. But Colonel has got no excuse whatsoever because he was the one who was editing it.
Well, yeah, I must admit, Fruity, there's sometimes, and Oscar, I'm sorry, you'll see this. Sometimes, I'm kind of busy like you are, and I don't pay attention. But this week's I did, and I was very impressed. But just going back to the rum, wasn't there a bartender who got caught with like a couple of cases of the Myers dark rum in his cabin? Who was that?
Who's that?
What shit?
On the Sun Princess, I believe.
Just about everyone, I should think.
Oh! I don't know what you're talking about, Alison.
Kevin.
I remember when Dave Sawyer had a case of cracked vodka in his locker on Rounds Day, and I was on leave, so they said, "Purser, it was mine."
Did they?
Yeah, and it was Milne Buckley was a purser,
Oh, right. Yeah.
and Milne Buckley didn't like me anyhow.
Oh,
And when I came back, Milne Buckley, I think, had gone down to senior DP, and Alan Hell was the purser, and he called me and he said, "Oh, Dave, do you know anything about any vodka?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I forgot to put it in the bond locker." So I asked Dave Sawyer if he could stick it in the bar locker, in the monkey bar. He said, "But the bottles were all cracked." I said, "The tops were all off." I said, "Yeah. If you remember, it was my birthday just before I went on leave, and I was going to make a great big
Punch.
Oh,
what do you call it? Screwdriver.
Screwdrivers, yeah.
Thing of screwdriver." And he just grinned at me and said, "Okay."
got away with it.
You're full of shit,
good answer,
Fruity.
Fruity. Good answer.
Can I talk?
I know of a barman who used to put bottles under the seats in the Starlight Lounge on the sun. You know the couch seats.
Yes.
Lift them up and he put his bottles under there.
Who was that?
To safekeeping.
Who was it? I can't name names on a live show.
It's all water under the bridge now, Steve. But Steve, let's talk about football for a couple of seconds. Do you think we got a chance?
You've always got a chance, John,
Yeah.
especially with it being the derby, but it's going to be very difficult. I think. Very
When
difficult.
is it, Steve? This afternoon?
This afternoon, 4:30.
Are you going?
No, it's at their ground. It's at City.
So
I'll be
what are you
watching it
doing?
on
Steve,
want
do
it at
you
home?
want me to get you a couple of tickets like we normally do when we go there?
Yes, David. Last time we went, we had a cracking time there, didn't we, Dave?
It was flipping great.
We did.
We went. It was against Swansea, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't remember, but it was Man City Swansea, and guests of the Hebridean Princess gave me their season tickets. Well, they had four. The four of them weren't going, so I was going to go with Steve, but we took Steve's son and Steve's mate as well. So four of us went, and it was a full Monty. We went in, we had the meal before the game. Then we went and sat on the heated soft seats and all the rest of it, for the first half. Went back in at half time. For the half time, again, more refreshments and more snacky foods and everything. Sat down doing that. Well, of course, Steve, he's consuming lots of cheese, aren't you, Steve? Cheese and biscuits, along with a bit of something else to swill it down. Well, he never went for the second half. He stayed in there the whole second half, just nose bagging and necking it. And it was football players that we met up with. A Man United player.
Yeah.
He played for
George
England.
Best.
Black guy.
Oh God, what was it?
Rio Ferdinand.
Oh,
No,
you missed it.
before then. But anyway, we obviously
Parker.
Gone blank. No.
it'll come. Don't worry. Anyway, it was a flipping good day. Good day.
What position did he play in, Stevie?
We were chatting to him all second half. Didn't go out for the match.
Yeah.
It was all included: all the wine, champagne, drinks,
Oh,
everything.
no. Oh, well.
It was.
Make the
No, why
most of
not?
it.
Make the most of it.
Yeah.
But and also you'll have heard of the likes of Colin Bell and Mike Summerby, won't
Yeah.
you?
Of course.
Micah? Yeah. And all that.
Yeah.
He
Well,
died this year.
They were the welcoming group, weren't they? They were in the reception area when we arrived.
Mm.
So it was.
When City moved
Oh,
to that
what?
ground, when City moved, this is a little story. When City moved to that ground, they asked their supporters to name a stand. And they were getting thousands and thousands and thousands of people sending in requests to call it the Bell End.
Colin Bell.
All the United supporters were
Colin
sending
Bell.
it in. Call it the Bell End. United supporters
Actually,
were
talking
thousands were sending it
about
in.
sports people, it's a bit of a shame that because there was another great legend in Aussie cricket,
He died a few days ago.
Rod Marsh, who died.
Yeah.
Who died just a couple of weeks before Shane, and
No,
Oh,
days.
days. and that's going to take a lot of
Yeah,
the limelight away from his funeral.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's terrible.
He's having
He would have been older, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he was
yeah. Oh, yeah.
74.
20 years older.
Yeah, he played with.
He was
74.
He was 7.
Yeah, he was Lily. He was Lily Marsh. He was
Was he?
Lily Thompson. He was Lily Thompson era.
Right.
Mm.
Was he? Thompson.
Yeah, Lillian Thompson. He would have been that era. Pete.
Yeah. You're right.
Mm.
Dave, is it cold over there?
That's
What are you
older
wearing?
than Botham, isn't it?
So,
Both of them would be in between them. He'd be 65. He'd be both of them would be my age. I think 60.
Yeah. I think
early
he's
70s, probably,
our
wasn't he?
age.
Early 70s.
Yeah, he was Shane Warne's buddy.
Yeah.
Pete, you're frozen.
Who?
Pete's.
Pete,
Yeah,
you're
he-
frozen in Titanic time.
He has iffy Wi-Fi sometimes.
He's hit the
got a permanent
iceberg
grin.
again.
I'll take a screenshot of that picture
Nothing
and
wrong.
show him. This will be great. This will be great.
That is
I'm gonna take it.
well
Oh,
done.
missed it. He's back. Damn.
Dave, what are you wearing? Is it cold? Dave Inge.
What go on?
What are you wearing?
What am I wearing? I'm
Yeah.
wearing a pullover and a shirt.
Slim backs.
Oh,
They've
let's
got the
put a
slim backs
scarf
on
on. Is
there.
it cold?
What's
Is
it
it
look
cold?
like?
A scarf.
It's a lovely day out there, but it's not warm.
No, it's all right. We got the heating on. It's okay. No scarf required. Hang on.
No, it's cold.
No, it's
Oh, I
not. It's
see.
not too bad. It's nice today. There we
It
are.
was
That
Yeah.
better.
minus.
okay.
It
There
was
we are.
-3 here last night,
Was it?
but yeah,
Oh.
it's up to about 12 degrees now though.
No snow?
No snow, no.
Mm.
I'll stay where that was.
Our daughter Liz has gone off skiing to Bulgaria. She went
Oh,
yesterday.
really?
Oh, really?
And it's
Oh.
really, they've had lots of heavy snow. There's a lot
I'm
of snow
surprised
over
to
there.
go over that way.
Yeah.
Where's that?
Bulgaria.
Is she
Wow.
safe traveling there now?
Yeah, she's there. She arrived last night.
But what about the wall, Dave?
What about the what?
The war.
The wall.
The what? No, well, there's been a few snowballs thrown, but that's it.
Mention the wall.
No, it's not. It's safe enough where they are. Well, flipping heck, I can hope so. But
Dave,
Yeah.
Dave,
is
please.
this Taffy?
Bobo.
Where is he? Let's have a
Yeah,
look. Where is
Fruity.
Taffy?
Fruity, who's
Is he
that
back in
behind
the UK?
Fruity? What's the
Sorry?
picture behind?
That's when
Who's the
we were
picture?
at the yacht club.
Is it? Oh, okay. Oh, that's Mandy, is
Oh,
it?
it was either 2014 or 15. It was the time when Des Melican turned up.
Okay. That's
Right,
going back.
I think it's-
Let's see.
Yeah, it's when,
Bobo
when you
and
went and picked me up at
Taffy.
the airport when I was
Yeah.
coming back from Melbourne and the bloody plane broke down.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, you still got that.
I expect that wasn't in the air.
Okay. Let's
Yeah, that's
check
the
it.
outstanding invoice, Fruity.
Lovely.
Which one?
Bobo, where are you in Sydney, Bobo?
I certainly am, I'm afraid, with all this weather. I'm just
Hello,
great.
Bobo.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, how are you guys? I'm at Kiwi. I'm just with some friends. So
Oh,
Kiwi.
Are you
Yeah.
actually on board your Noah's Ark at the moment? You look like
Yeah.
what's his name who sailed Knox Johnston, who sailed around the world.
well, I've just done a few laps of Sydney Harbour today in this terrible rain. So yeah, so I joined.
Still heavy rain.
yeah.
it has
flood.
been, hasn't it, guys?
Terrible.
Flipping heck.
I mean, we've
Just
been away
all-
for a week, but I know it's been bad. Hasn't
Oh,
stopped.
yeah, it's been terrible. I've never seen anything like it, Marv. I'm so depressed.
Oh, what a shame. You came at a terrible time, did you? Like,
Yeah, terrible time. Just so
Yeah.
depressed. But because I can't get out, but I got my bike fixed up when I did yesterday. The weather wasn't too bad yesterday, was it? I don't know. How was Fiji? Did you have a good time?
didn't get in till late, very late last night. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, beautiful.
Fantastic.
Good. Oh,
Everything-
good.
Bobo,
Yeah,
can you turn your
people
phone on its side, please?
Being away.
Oh, yeah.
But
There you go.
Taffy,
Thank you, Bobo.
Taffy, you're back in the UK. Well, not in the UK, but you're back home in Wales now.
Yes, back in the valleys.
Oh, good man.
Hey, Tuffy, how you doing?
Shemai Mac.
Yeah.
Oh, there was
Where's he been?
I put a
Taffy.
photograph up of John Montoya. Yes, am I sounding good and looking good?
Well, you
Oh,
were.
you
You
are.
a bit of a breakup, but you're good now. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I
good.
it may be because I'm actually doing it through my phone, synced up to my phone, because I've only just turned my upstairs Wi-Fi booster on, so hopefully it'll be okay. So can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
we
Just
can
about.
hear you. It's not as clear as normal, Taffy, but
No.
yeah.
You look as good as ever, Tuffy.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. So, yeah.
$1 million.
Where are you off to now, Dave?
Just going off to get the. There we go.
I wonder how Brad is.
Taffy.
Ah, I don't know.
The Taffy bins on.
Yeah.
That's better.
Sunglasses.
Yes, that's it.
I just need to talk to my anchorman, Dave. I have been sending you directions to your phone, but you haven't been even paying attention.
I've got it in my pocket. Let's
Okay. Well, yeah.
have. Blimey, but excuse me, this might take half an hour. There's 48 of them.
There's two, David.
Don't forget.
And you got your sunglasses on.
Hang about, Johnny. You're staying where you are. You're not. What was the other one?
Just a test to see if you were receiving your director's messages.
Right, that's
Yeah,
good.
Okay, thank
Director's
you.
messages.
But still,
So,
Yeah,
Peter,
and-
how was your day with Gizzy in the Titanic?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a really good time. It's
Yeah.
it's quite eye-opening stuff that you don't
Where
know
was that?
about.
Where'd you go, Pete?
The Titanic exhibition at Surrey Quays in Docklands in
Oh,
London.
okay.
Oh, nice.
And it was about two hours, and it was really informative. You know, I've learned a lot about things that I had never heard of, and then two, you really get the you really come away with an impression about how they cut corners to look
Yeah.
after the wealthy.
Is it-
Really?
Third class people were really stranded. They
Steerage. Is that going to be the same as what I'm going to see?
Dry.
Is that going to be the same as what
They'd
I'm?
have survived? But
All right, hang on. Pete, is that going to be the same as what I'm going to see in Belfast in May?
Oh, Belfast is fantastic, Colonel.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm in a
I
big-
think they're
I've
going
been
to
there. Fantastic. Love it.
Well, the exhibition's on in the Docklands till the end of April. So
He's breaking up again.
breaking up.
Yeah, he needs to fix his Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
freeze.
that's all right.
they're moving it back.
The
and
Docklands
them
one is smaller,
situation.
I would imagine.
God, Pete, with
it-
your pension, get that bloody
it's quite-
fixed, will you?
It's it's quite big. It's quite substantial. They've got one of the 25-ton propellers in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
How the hell did they get that, Pete?
What do you mean? How they mean
Belfast?
How did they get a propeller?
get it off the bottom of the ship? Yeah, they had all sorts of hoists and cranes. It's not all of the propeller. It's about half the size. The other half they probably couldn't get it off, but it's very impressive. The good stuff is the staterooms. You know, there were people, there were wealthy people that were traveling with their butler and stuff like that.
Really?
You know,
Gosh, it's so interesting, isn't it?
didn't mix with the rough, so they took their butlers
Yeah,
with them.
yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
The thing
Was
that
there
nearly
any?
go on.
Go on. Sorry.
The ship nearly didn't make it out of Queenstown, Belfast. It nearly hit another ship in the harbour, and then when they got to Cherbourg, they realised the Titanic was too big to get in the harbour there, so they had to make it a boat port
Yeah.
It was doomed. All the
to
signs were
anchor
there.
off. There was all sorts of cock-ups and mistakes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one of the most interesting facts was they ditched half a dozen of the lifeboats beforehand because they had to widen the deck to cater for all the first class passengers.
Yeah, they didn't have enough.
Didn't have enough.
Mm.
Didn't have enough.
God.
And it was absolute chaos to try and get people in the boat because they were giving priority to the wrong people. It was,
I can't even watch the movie. It's so depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does hit about halfway around. It's funny. Angie was, she felt the same as, but we all felt the same. As all of a sudden it hits you, and
Yeah,
it's quite depressing.
it is.
yeah.
Very
Suddenly
sad, isn't it?
realise,
Mm.
you know, it's the
What a way to
us and
go.
them scenario.
Yeah.
They knew what was going to happen, and they couldn't do anything about it. That's horrible.
Yeah,
It's good to see, though.
Actually,
it
one
was,
of them
and
things,
it wasn't the iceberg that sank the Titanic. it was bad practice, bad design, and priority
Yeah.
given to the wrong people.
Yeah, and
So
Well,
they could have
yeah.
survived.
Mm.
Really?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There were ways that it could have been avoided.
Yeah.
The whole thing about the iceberg is really fascinating as well. They didn't pay any attention to the other ships they contacted to tell them they were in distress because they thought, oh, it's the Titanic, can't be in
Yeah, can't
distress,
sink,
and
it's
sailed on
unsinkable.
by.
oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I can remember meeting a survivor of the Titanic on the Canberra.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He was an old man, obviously, he was in his 90s.
Yeah, yeah.
You're a survivor. Wow.
Was he,
they-
imagine that.
was he on
some-
the Titanic, Steve?
Pardon?
How old would he have been on the Titanic?
Oh, God. Just
mean-
a child, probably.
Child,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, but I
Mm.
mean a child of 8 that can remember things, or a child
Yeah.
of 2 that can't.
A lot,
Yeah. Well, he was a bit of a celeb on the Canberra.
a
You know what I
lot
mean?
of children lost their lives.
Well, I had a,
Surprised you'd step foot on another ship.
well, we had a,
I wouldn't know for sure.
well, we had a physics teacher at boarding school when I just outside Edinburgh, where I was, and his wife, who I think she ran the laundry or something, she was a baby survivor off the Titanic.
Was she?
Yeah, she was a child. Yeah, she was a baby, not a child, a baby.
Yeah.
What, she worked on the ships?
No, she worked at our school.
Oh, the
My
school.
school.
Oh, okay.
It was 1912, wasn't it? 1912.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She would have been in her 50s when I was at school.
Yeah. Well,
Sounds
she would
about
have-
right.
on the Canberra in the mid 70s.
Right.
60 wouldn't be at school. You'd be in school in the 60s.
Well, so 12. So
She would have been 50.
would be 55, 55.
Yeah.
three.
He was probably a teenager, maybe about 15, something like that. I'd have
Yeah,
thought.
yeah, because that was 63 years later. And if he was a teenager, he'd have been 63, 78, 80.
Yeah.
Heck.
It must have
I
been
just
horrific.
can't imagine what it's like to be on
No.
that ship.
No.
Yeah.
Mm.
Depressing though. It is a bit- when you go to the Belfast, have anyone else been to the Belfast Titanic Museum?
Yeah, I've been.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's very impressive, but you get that feeling. It's quite when you start off, and then it's quite overwhelming, and you start to really think of things, because you listen to stories about the waiters, and also they've got an interactive thing with the engine room.
Provoking.
Yeah, it is.
And talking about Belfast, it's funny because the next day we're in Dublin, and Taffy has arranged to have a big meet up there. But my wife says, I don't want to be in a bloody pub all day. I want to see I want to see Dublin.
That's what Dublin is, John.
But
Pubs.
Dublin is just full of pubs.
Yeah, but,
Right. Take a hip flask then instead.
listen, I'll be dead if she sits in the pub all day. I'll never hear the end of it. So I got to figure
You're
that
not
out.
going to the Guinness. Are you not going to the Guinness brewery?
No, I hate Guinness. I hate Guinness.
It's
I hate
lovely
Guinness
over
too.
there.
Yeah.
Lovely.
I know, but I hate it too.
Real
I'm not a
stuff.
Guinness drinker.
You want
So
to go?
when you
up to,
go,
you want to go up to Port
Yeah,
Rush
we-
do the
we-
Bushmill
we-
store as well.
We're
Yeah,
taking a cruise. We're taking a cruise from Tampa, Debbie, and it goes through the Caribbean up to New York, and that's one
Oh.
cruise. And then we get off the ship and come back on and stay on it, and it goes up to Nova Scotia, Iceland. Then it goes to Belfast, Dublin.
when you're doing that,
But basically, it's a month. We leave on April the 15th, and we
oh, that'd be nice.
arrive in
See?
Southampton on the 14th of May.
14th of May.
Which is the time when Mr. Inge will be picking us up.
Nice.
Yes.
You hope.
Love to sail into New York. That's on my bucket list.
Yeah. Well, it's funny
Never
because
mind, yeah.
it's funny because we did the transatlantic on the Queen Mary
That's what we
too,
want to do.
and we renewed our vows on there. But the thing was,
Yeah.
my sister came along, and her husband is not, my brother-in-law is not a cruise guy, but he wanted to do that, so he did it. And the biggest highlight was going to be sailing to New York and seeing the Statue of Liberty. Well, guess what? Guess what? Apparently, the ship had to change its place. It docked in Brooklyn, right? But I don't know the geography of New York Harbor.
Yeah.
But what that meant was, and I'll show you a
You can
video.
go
I put the Statue of Liberty was this big. It was like 5 miles away. You couldn't hardly see it.
Oh,
No.
So hopefully this time we'll see it coming
Yeah,
in,
yeah.
or we'll see
Sail
it going
straight
out.
past
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
love to.
we're away on a cruise 4 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Where you go?
Down the Med, 14 days round the Med. We fly out to Rome. We're going on the Regal Princess again.
Yeah,
Oh,
three times
beautiful.
for you, Steve. 3 times.
Yeah.
Where,
We're going
where
all
to,
around the
Steve?
Med, Greece, Turkey, Italy.
Oh,
What
Oh,
ports?
nice.
Pardon?
What ports you going to?
Naples, shithole.
Yeah,
just watch your
Crete, Santorini,
beautiful.
Mykonos,
Mykonos.
Athens, Istanbul.
yeah. Nice.
Venice.
We finish up in Barcelona, fly home from
Oh,
Barcelona.
beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Nice cruise.
Barcelona.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Keeping the fingers
So-
crossed that it all goes well.
So, Colonel, you're leaving America in a Rolls Royce and you're getting to Southampton in a freaking convertible Mini. Huh?
Yeah.
What a letdown, eh?
How the hell are you going to get Johnny and all his baggage in the Mini, Dave?
Yeah, that's right.
It's
No,
going to
no.
take
Gonna need a
several
trailer.
journeys.
I know.
Seriously,
I-
yeah, because the big car we've just sold that, Johnny. So
Yeah.
we've got the Mini, and we've got the dog walking Nissan Micra. So I think we'll have to come and
Take the
get
Nissan
you two
Micra.
up in convoy. We
It's
won't
not-
be able to get you all in.
It's
with
not
bags.
gonna be like the Titanic with big chests. We'll have a couple of suitcases, Dave.
Put a trailer on the back.
Open the roof,
They're
Dave.
very
Open the
small
roof
cars,
down.
Johnny.
Stick 'em out.
Macca, yeah, we'll have the roof down on the Mini, and it's standing room only.
You have to get the box trailer on the
You're
back.
not on the rivers, mate.
Oh, aye, yeah.
So
Yeah,
Steve, can you let me know what your cabin number is on the Regal and the crew? Well, not right now. If you send it to me, all the information.
Yeah.
I don't need it now, Steve.
D205, I think it is. Well,
I just had an
we've
email from
just been
Princess
upgraded,
Cruises.
actually. They just sent us an upgrade.
Nice.
A different
still got
cabin
an
to what we
upgrade.
originally were.
Debbie,
Really?
what have you had? Who have you just heard from?
Oh, Princess Cruises changing a lot of their ports because of the Russia thing.
Yeah.
Quite a few of their ports.
Not going
Yeah.
to St. Petersburg anymore.
Oh, that's done. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Which one?
St. Petersburg.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think you want to go there, do you?
No, not at all.
Well, the guy started it.
I don't care.
Yeah.
They need to
But
get rid of him. I don't care.
Taffy,
Yeah.
what's it like your side of the Welsh Channel?
Well, it's a bit chilly this morning. I felt it when I got up, but chilly and grey. But,
Chili and grey.
if you want to, oh, by the way, I said the same thing to Brendan yesterday. I just parked the Taffmobile outside his house, and I'm on the phone to him. Hello, Brendan. How are you? He says, where are you? Well, we talked for about 5 minutes, actually, because I had a little sort of goodie bag for Sherry, and I had no intentions of going in the house. I was just going to surprise him, have a chat outside the house, and then because I wanted to get back to Wales for a rugby match. And so I'm on the phone with him for 5 minutes. And he says, where are you? I said, I'm outside the door. Well,
No, that'd be lovely, tough.
well, fortunately, I wasn't going to disturb anything, if he had anything going on. But he was quite okay. He came out and we had a chat for about 5 minutes. And Sherry's going through a tough time, but she's, you women are, Debbie's gone, but you women are stronger than us guys, I can tell you. You're tougher than us guys.
Yeah.
And come the spring, she'll be out there and she'll be supervising him in the garden. So we had a nice little chat for 5 minutes or so.
Nice, Tuffy.
And then I got on my way back to Wales. But I said the same thing to him, and I mean this. And this is why I can't get out of this, why I'm stuck in this political thing that I'm in.
We hopefully will. And basically, Taffy, when I said, how's it over there? What I actually meant to say, how's it going?
We just
on
want to know
in
if you're
Russia?
okay.
No, forget that. Forget it. No, are you planning on your next tour? Because that we all like travel and that. But have you got another plan coming up in the next month or 6 weeks?
Yes, he does.
Oh yeah,
He's off to Russia, Dave.
I'm well. I am going to rest up for a couple of weeks and get the Taffmobile back into. She needs a good overhaul.
Yeah.
Degaussing in about 3 weeks or so in it.
How much
And then,
mileage did you do, Taffy? Just out of interest, how many?
Oh, I
thousand
don't know.
kilometers?
I just went. I went to Switzerland, down to south of France, and then
Yeah.
back.
Right.
Okay, so it's a
I'm
fair
not
few.
sure. This time I'm not sure how many miles I did.
Mm.
But I had a good time, and I needed a break because we've got to fill our lives with stuff now that is more simpler and more enjoyable. I'm sat here looking out. The daffodils are out now.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And I drove through Windsor. I drove through Windsor yesterday.
Oh,
And Windsor was amazing. I always come back via Windsor. I always cut across.
Cut across through it.
I cut across from the M25 to the M4. There's a quicker way, Bracknell, but it's all roundabouts and traffic lights. So I always go across through Windsor, and I've done that for 30 odd years now. And I love
Taffy, do you know Martin Crossley? Remember him from the ships?
Shops. He was
Shops.
in the shops, and Matthew.
And Matthew, the
McLaughlin.
cruise director, Matthew McLaughlin.
I'm not
I've
sure.
heard of
I'm not sure.
I've heard of that name.
I'm
Well,
not sure.
Well, Matthew McLaughlin and
Martin in
Martin,
the shops.
they're a couple, and Martin Crossley has the most beautiful flower
Florist.
shop, florist
Windsor.
in Windsor, and
Good Lord.
he supplies all the flowers and all the bouquets to Her Majesty the Queen
Wow.
And all the
Right,
royal
wow.
family.
and all the royal family.
Mm.
And
Well, then
he's from Sea Princess and Oriana.
Was he
Brilliant.
Oriana? Martin-
Canberra as well.
I've
Can't-
walked
Hey, you know him, Alistair. You know both of them.
Yeah.
Well, Matthew
Macca.
was a lovely guy. He was the cruise director.
Yeah.
Absolute gentleman. Absolute beautiful man.
And
Yeah.
I worked with Martin.
And yeah, Debbie worked with
But
Martin.
he's doing so well.
He does all the bouquets that you see on TV at the royal functions, all done by Martin Crossley.
Got a little
If you
shop.
Google Martin Crossley, you'll find all about it.
Well, he must have been on that documentary, the documentary of the last big thing, one of the weddings.
Yes, he was, and his name was mentioned.
Yeah. I've seen him. Anyway, I'm going to hand over to Dave. I'm going back to bed, guys. So you take charge, Dave. And I'll see you later in the UK crew.
Well,
Now,
let's
where's
hope we've got a
Fruity?
good
Where's
result,
Fruity
Johnny.
gone?
Are you watching the
Right,
match?
Colonel.
Yes, Steve, I am.
Where's
Where's Fruity?
Who
Yeah,
upset Fruity?
Yeah, good point. So you need to let him back in if he comes back in, Dave.
Well,
We
I'm
do
on
appreciate,
standby,
Colonel, you getting up.
Colonel. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
I'm
do
ready.
appreciate
Lovely to
you
see
getting
you,
up.
Colonel. Lovely to see
Okay,
you.
well, thanks again, guys, and I'll see you. I'll see you
Colonel.
later on.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
God bless.
Cheers,
Sleep.
Colonel.
Right. I'm going to have
Alright.
to go as well, lads.
Alistair.
Okay, see you, mate.
Good luck,
Okay,
Steve,
Al.
this
Lovely to see you,
afternoon.
Alistair.
Oh,
Hi, Alistair.
Alistair, will you be in tonight,
See you,
Alistair?
I don't know. I'm going to the pub this afternoon.
Oh, so you will be.
What's new there? What's
Good on
new?
you.
That's even better.
Enjoy.
That's,
Enjoy.
that is great.
Yeah, and I'll be watching Man U against Man City. So good luck, Steve.
That sounds
Yeah.
good.
So it
Yeah,
depends.
definitely. Flipping
I'll
it.
try and come in.
I'm gonna watch.
All right. Cheers, Alistair.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cheers,
see
lads.
See you, Alistair.
Right.
Yeah. Oh dear, that's good.
See you next.
Good. Where's
See you in
the
2
other
weeks.
Steve in Aussie? Is he touring?
Okay.
But Bobo, he's in
Do you hear that?
his Noah's Ark with all that rain.
Oh no, it's just honestly,
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it. I've
Said,
not
where's
seen anything like it.
Aston Villa, Steve? Is he touring?
Yeah,
He-
he's left.
Who?
He was in Muscle. He was down
He's
the
on
South Coast.
holiday.
Oh, he's in Melbourne, going to Melbourne, isn't it?
Yeah, he's going around Australia. So
So,
I
Has
think
he got a big boat?
Need a big boat.
He might need it.
I wanted
you'll need.
I wanted to go and see my daughter in Berry during the week, and she was
Oh.
flooded out on her property. It was really bad. The
Oh,
kids
no.
couldn't even get to school, and then today
Well, that's
she
where
was
he
at
is, Bobby.
Kiama.
He's
There
down
was a
there.
landslide at Kiama, and yeah,
You won't go there then.
yeah,
He's down there already.
yeah.
He's down that way already, Bubba.
Oh, okay. I've just got no wheels at the moment. I've
Where
just
is
bought a
that? Is that
car.
on the south?
South
Yeah.
coast, yeah, on the south coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all been overshadowed a bit. What's going on down us with this business in Ukraine? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
We're
know.
feeling a lot bad.
Yeah.
That's all we heard in Fiji, the news. We had CNN news, wasn't it? And
Oh.
BBC.
It's
That's
so
all you hear.
depressing. It's all you hear
all.
when I switch on the news here.
Yeah.
And I've got friends that are in Ukraine, and I
Hang on.
Oh,
person I
God.
saw
Something wrong with
today.
Fruity.
It's terrible what he's doing.
Fruity says that Colonel's asked Fruity if he's okay, and he said no.
No,
Oh, God.
why?
We better find out if there's more to it than that.
Yeah.
I hope
that's
he's all
unusual.
right.
Hang on. Where is it? Let's give him a call.
I hope he's well.
I'll call.
While
I'll
you're doing that, Dave,
call him.
Bobo, were you in the house?
No, I'm actually. I just had dinner at a friend's place at Kiwi, and I said, "Oh, look, I haven't got time to get to Gaimea." So she's actually taking the dog for a walk, and I'm on her veranda at Kiwi. It's only like because I haven't got a car. I've caught the train, but I've actually bought a car. Bought a VW.
Oh,
I
have
pick
you?
up on Wednesday. Yeah, I bought a
Oh.
Tiguan or whatever it
There
is.
you are. Hang on.
We'll have to meet up with you, Bobo.
Yeah. So, yeah, in the next
Let us
week
know
or
what
so.
you're doing.
Sorry?
Let us know what you're doing, Bubba.
Yeah.
We'll catch
So
up.
it'll be good. Yeah, it'll be good. So where are you again? I've forgotten where you are now.
Epping.
We're in Epping.
Oh, Epping,
But if
that's
we
not
come
so
down,
far.
if we come down south, we can arrange with Ted Van Brunswick, the ex.
Ted that comes on sometimes.
You know, Ted comes on.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah.
He's done that. He's the ex-navigator, captain,
Okay.
and he was in charge of Sydney ferries. So
Oh, well, I might even, because I
Yeah, you
know
might
loads of people. I know loads
Yeah.
of people at Sydney ferries. I've actually,
I was gonna say.
and I also know people in harbour control. I actually do know a lot of people. So he probably would know a lot of my friends because all the guys at Captain Cook have got laid off. Most of them became skippers at Sydney ferries. And I know a
Well,
load
Ted-
of people in Sydney ports as well. Yeah.
Well, he lives
Oh,
down.
that's-
Yeah, he lives down that way.
Yeah.
we'll arrange a Sunday or something and go
Yeah,
down to
that's
St George's
good,
Club
yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
How long are you around there
Um,
for?
I'm looking at maybe 6 months, 7 months. I'm not sure. I've just got to. I'm actually maybe be flying to the Philippines in 2 weeks for.
Okay.
A wedding.
Well, I've got to sort something out
Mm.
next
Oh.
week.
Ah, there you go.
So,
eh?
I'm
I
not
was
saying
right.
too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying too much because this is recorded. So cut that out. Tell Colonel to cut that out. Yeah. So
So when
Yeah.
did you propose, Bubba?
about 8 years ago.
You know,
So it's just a short engagement.
they are pretty loyal in the Philippines, though.
Yeah,
So you'll be all right.
they're very, very loyal. Yeah, but I only just got her to Dubai because she got COVID, the day before she was to fly out. So,
Yeah.
and then I was 14 days on my own. Anyway, we had a month together, so yeah, which is really
Oh,
good.
that's
So
So where is she now? Is she in the Philippines?
yes, in Manila. Yeah, so
Oh, she's back.
yeah. So she's in Manila, but I've got lots of friends in the Philippines. So yeah, so let's see. Yeah, so I'm just. My birthday's coming up, so I'm hoping to be there 29th of March, maybe. So, but
Okay.
I've still got things to sort, a few things to sort, yeah. So, but I'll only be gone a couple of weeks because one of my main things, I want to get my pension here because I haven't done it yet. and I couldn't do it. I started to do it, but oh, what a load of garbage doing to your pension. Anyway, that's just paperwork. Anyway, that's by the by. Yeah.
It's like going to Fiji. The paperwork coming back. we
Oh,
had to have
tell
two
me about it.
people there, and then the
It's the same
paperwork
form.
coming back. Oh my God, I know.
It took me about 40 minutes to fill that form. And the
Yeah.
worst thing is you take a photograph of your vaccination certificates and then you've got to fill in all the details of it. Oh,
I know.
yeah.
We
Crazy.
couldn't do it till just before we left. So we had to have the test.
Same for me.
So we had to do it just before we were leaving to get back to the airport, and we're all panicking trying to get it all
And it's
filled out.
stressful. The internet goes
It's
down. You're halfway through it. And they'll tell me about
Nightmare.
it. I've done 3 or 4 times. Yeah. So
We're just lucky.
Anyway.
We're just happy that our tests were okay and we could get home. Otherwise, we would have had to stay another week in
I
a
was
room in
exactly the
Fiji.
same.
So we
Yeah,
didn't want
I
to
was
have to do that.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed your trip, though. So that's
Yeah,
good.
it's
Me and the
beautiful.
family
Thank
would have enjoyed it. Great.
Yeah, we
Good,
all
good.
had a
Yeah.
great time. Kids were
Right.
great. They enjoyed it.
Good.
Our
Oh,
granddaughter
lovely.
didn't want to come back. She got up this morning and said, "I want to go back to the pool."
Aw.
She thought that was her life now. Fiji in the pool.
How
every
old
day.
is she? How old?
She'll be 3 on Wednesday.
Nice try.
Oh,
Thursday.
yeah, nice. Mm.
Thursday, yeah. I know.
Thank
She
you.
had a ball.
Love it.
Macca, you know, I was concerned about you in the pool. You know that, but I could see that you could have your lifeguard there with you.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
exactly. Well, when I
Ready.
checked in, Mr. Hinge, I went and the hotel manager said, "Oh, there was the suite above you for Mr. Inge."
Oh, yeah.
I said, "Well, unfortunately, he didn't make it."
Can't make it.
Honestly,
Dave.
Very, very disappointed.
I'm so pleased you did have it, and I'm hearing the updates from Fiji was lovely. And I was very sorry that we weren't, commitment wise, it just didn't fall in.
Dave, it's a
we
long
need-
way to come.
It's a long way to come.
But we would like to make, for future, it'll be a plan and a half, so we work on it and we'll call in at places on the way, like we do when we come down to Australia.
Well, I tell you now, put it in your diary because we've decided we're going back every year at the same time. So it'll be this time next year we're going back. So put in your diary and then you can come back to Sydney with us afterwards.
Well, even that, then it would work so much better. And we know it won't rain as much next year down in Australia. This is one.
Don't worry about the rain. We've got umbrellas down here. It's all right. Everyone
That's
keeps
what
dry.
we use up here. Even better. So, Pete, where's
Oh,
Pete?
yeah.
Are you there, Pete?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's there somewhere.
Oh,
somewhere.
Where's
for
Pete?
goodness sake, this is
He's gone
worrying.
too.
You know.
This
Well,
has
I
been
tell you
planned
what,
up.
this must be the first crew bar that our mate hasn't come on from Sydney.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
Steve.
Steve.
I
Yeah.
was thinking.
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
He's never missed one, has he?
Never missed one. Never missed either.
Is
yours
he
or ours.
traveling now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, didn't he say he was traveling or something?
Yeah, but he's always got internet unless he's got in the floods.
Yeah. What about Brad? Has anyone heard from Brad? It's
He
funny
was
how
on
Brad's done
only
it.
a few weeks ago, wasn't it? But that's the last, well, probably the Aussie one time before last. That's a month, isn't it?
He was going on a trial, some sort of a trial, was it?
Oh, he's getting
Yeah.
a special trial, wasn't it? Yeah.
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 Good news.
Mm.
That was very good.
Hopefully he's okay.
Anyway, the one thing I have to ask David before we wrap this up, how did you go on your stay with your football?
Hang on, I've got this. See, I've lost communication. I can't. Sorry, I can't. Were
Can't
you
hear.
talking about football, Steve?
It's a regular feature now, Dave. How did you go on football?
Bristol City now they are consistent, which is good.
And Bristol
But it's
Rovers.
not
as well.
consistent when they keep losing. They've flipping lost again to the
Oh,
blinking-
no.
to Birmingham. But I
All
was
the
thinking,
Welsh sides won.
Are you looking
all
forward
right.
to the local
3
derby
Welsh
next
wins
season, Dave?
yesterday.
Yeah, they did. Swansea did. Cardiff drew?
Swansea,
Cardiff,
Cardiff, Newport.
They all
Newport
won.
beat the Gasheads, Bristol Rovers, didn't they?
Yes.
They beat the Gas. But Villa, they had a good result yesterday.
Absolutely, great result.
Unbelievable.
Great result.
Yeah.
I said,
Yeah.
David, are you looking forward to the local derby next season?
I'll say goodnight. We're going to watch. I'm watching something with my
I
daughter.
am. Yeah.
Ta-ra, Debbie.
What's
Just going to
happening,
watch something
Debbie?
with my daughter. See you in 2 weeks.
Oh, Debbie.
Bye.
Take care.
See
All
you in
right.
2 weeks.
Yeah. Love you. Love
Good
you.
night.
All
Love
right.
you. Love you all. Bye.
Right, guys.
I'm going to have to go too, guys, because my friends come back. So, but I'll try and see you on whatever it is, the crew bar.
Are you hoping to come in tonight, Bobo?
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully, if I wake up.
Yeah.
6:30.
Have you,
Was it-
Macca, are you on an early run tomorrow?
No,
No.
And depends
we
if
might
I-
not see you tonight.
I don't know. If I wake up, I'll get on. But
Yeah, I'm the same.
Doesn't matter.
yeah, we're a
Honestly,
bit knackered.
right.
We're a bit knackered. It was a hard week. It was a hard week, Dave.
Yeah,
Sure,
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
All right, I'm out of here, guys. So I'll take care and
No, I
stay
think
safe,
we are
everybody,
sort of-
please.
Actually, well, we are all here. We better do a wave now because otherwise,
Yeah, we
you'll
better all
end up
go.
with us all. We'll all
Yeah,
do
okay.
a wave goodbye. And Pete, are you
All right.
waving?
Yes.
Pete's waving.
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
That's your son and your
All
wife.
right. All right.
Hello, everyone. This is Oscar from Ollie's Pocket with Oscar Tales. The Orient Line. The Second World War, Part 2. October 1942 to August 1945. Ronse met her end in the Atlantic on the 9th of October 1942, whilst on passage from Cape Town to England. She was hit by 2 torpedoes from the Italian submarine Archimede. It is thought that the Italian captain gave the Ronse time to evacuate by her lifeboats as she was sinking slowly and had engine room damage. 3 hours later, a 3rd torpedo hit the stricken liner and sank her. The same day, Orchides, who had left Cape Town after the Ronse, sailed past the wreckage of the sunken ship, and Captain Fox ordered everyone to carry their life jackets with them at all times. She was carrying wounded soldiers, women and children, and many nurses. Next day, on the 10th of October 1942, U-172 hit Orchides with a torpedo into her port side and damaged her engine room and steering gear. The ship was evacuated by lifeboat. Unfortunately, one of the lifeboats overturned in the panic and her evacuees were lost at sea. 51 ship's crew stayed with Captain Fox on board and very slowly tried to return to Cape Town or find somewhere to beach her. Orders were passed to the steering flat by word of mouth, and the rudder moved by men stood by. However, the German submarine was still nearby and fired 3 more torpedoes and sank her. My own Uncle Don Bundock was on board as second steward and told me the tale in 1963 when I was at sea school. The Polish vessel, Navrik, picked up 1,040 survivors from the lifeboats. The Uranzi had 266 people picked up by the Vichy French. The ship Duman de Urville then sailed to the port of Dakar in Senegal, and the unfortunate survivors were held in prisoner of war camps. Operation Torch was an Allied effort to storm North Africa. It commenced in November 1942 and involved the Orient liners Ormond, Orion, Otranto, and Orontes. American soldiers and Marines were included in this operation. In 1943, the Allies decided to do more to rid itself of the German occupation in the Mediterranean and the surrounding countries. In June, Ormond took troops to Sicily. 2 months later, Ormond again found herself in Bombay to load Indian troops for onward transport to Burma. They were to join the 14th British Army fighting the Japanese advance. Otranto was sent to the shipyard in early 1943 and was converted to an assault ship. She was assigned to the United States Army for operations. Her first task was to assist in the American landings in Italy in July 1943. While she was engaged in the task, she came close to being sunk by a German bomber, but escaped with only minor damage. It was a very close thing. By the autumn of 1943, Orion was on trooping duties in the North Atlantic, bringing United States troops and service personnel to the United Kingdom. She had just previously been sent to dry dock to increase her berths as a task. She carried a colossal amount of people, and her complement was now 7,000. And considering she originally had been built for only 1,400 as a liner, the extra numbers made for stability problems. Strict rules had to be made about the movement of people around the decks. This was because too many people of one side could capsize the ship. During 1944, all Orient Line ships were in government service and assisted in the task of steadily beating back the Axis powers. First in Sicily and Italy, and later in Malta and Egypt. Orient liners also saw service in the Pacific to help the Allies and the Americans. On the 8th of May 1945 saw the end of the war with Germany. But it was to drag on another 3 months and 7 days until the war with Japan ended, after Japan surrendered on the 15th of August 1945. Thus ended the worst war ever seen by the world. Now, once again, with all their ships in government hands, Orient Line had to think about the peacetime mail and passenger service. For the second time in 30 years, they had to start with very few ships, as only 4 were left by this time, and build up the fleet again. Well, that's all, folks, for this week. From Oscar. Oh, and always remember,